And greetings, boys and girls around the world. Gina McCarthy is the head of the EPA. The EPA will be relied upon by Obama to push his climate change agenda. Gina McCarthy may be a wonderful lady with a sense of humor and an open mind. She might be fairly moderate, fairly honest, but she does have a strike against her in the case of John Beal, who was recently sentenced to prison for misappropriating, misusing almost $1 million in terms of salary and bonuses at his position in the EPA as the leading expert on climate change. John Beal has gone to prison. John Beal retired after he was told that an investigation had begun. Gina McCarthy is credited as the one who revealed this fraud that's been going on for 10 years. I'm afraid that's not true. Gina McCarthy was given a heads up a couple of years ago about Beal, and she did nothing until recently. About 3 months ago, 4 months ago, she notified Homeland Security to check out Beal to see did he really work at the CIA, and the answer came back that they never heard of him. There is no such CIA operative. He doesn't even have a security clearance. And so now the left is parading Gina McCarthy as the wonderful savior who exposed this fraud, this huge fraud committed at the EPA. I'm not sure she deserves credit for that. I believe that she and the Human Resources Department and the Consul General's office at the EPA may have subverted that investigation, may have tipped off John Beal, giving him weeks to prepare an alibi to minimize the damage before he presented himself for the handcuffs and a plea bargain deal with Eric Holder's Department of Justice. Keep in mind that John Beal, who failed to report for work sometimes for a year and a half, and who was given 1 day off every week, in spite of the fact that he had the highest salary in the EPA, more than Gina McCarthy, and equal to a cabinet level position. He was supposedly some kind of genius who wrote the Clean Air Act. Well, he didn't write the Clean Air Act. That was done before his time. He may have and probably did add some language to the existing Clean Air Act, in effect labeling carbon dioxide a pollutant, therefore subject to rigorous control by Obama's EPA. Somehow or the other, he was considered a valuable player for the climate change agenda, and he was allowed to give himself huge bonuses and benefits and perks with no questions asked. I'm not sure that Gina McCarthy can be credited with exposing John Beal, the fraudster and climate change genius who recently retired from the EPA and who will continue to get his retirement pay even though he's in the federal pen.